Oh, game invites.
Okay, it's everyone. Fire in the hole.
Ryan doesn't have a seat taken.
All right.
I'm coming.
I'll visit you, Brian. I'll tell you where you are.
Oh,
So
it literally
I think
didn't
we
assign me?
moved the slashes now, right? Slash night? Is that? Yes.
Okay, so we're Clockmaker, which is pretty boring. So Pat's gonna come in. Let's open my camera. Pat's gonna come in pretty quickly and visit us. So let's go and visit. Okay, here we go. So we know the distance from the demon to its nearest minion, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. I think what most people call that counterclockwise. I've never heard anyone call it anti-clockwise. That's definitely a first. So we're kind of like day one info, we get info, and then we're pretty like expendable. So what I might try and do is find someone who's really important, and see if we can do like a role swap and see if I can bait someone. You know what I might? I'm gonna pretend to be the damsel. Is it the damsel? Oh, there's no damsel in this one. That's less exciting. Okay. Maybe I can pretend to be the choir boy. Does that help? So yeah, so the demon knows who the king is, but doesn't know who the choir boy is. So maybe I can try and bluff as the choir boy and get myself killed. Otherwise, like, I mean, I'm pretty like unimportant for the most part, but or we are. But we'll see how we want to play. Let's see if we have any tips. Yeah, it just says like the basic stuff. Like you don't have to give out your info immediately. It's like most valuable if we can triangulate with other info. All the standard stiff. We have 2 minions and 1 demon. That's great. No outsiders though.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, dude.
You're the clockmaker. You start knowing how many. You get a reading of 2 steps. 1 step would be right next to each other, just for clarification purposes.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck.
Okay, so could be Brian to Matt G. Could be Becky to Ethan. It could be Ethan to Mitch. Could be Colin to Colette. Could be Baker to Mitch. We really don't know. Doesn't really tell us anything. We need to like use this info and triangulate it. I think in earlier games of this, I would like attempt to, I don't know, just like give my information out immediately. But then you're expendable and you die, and it's kind of boring. So I'm probably more inclined to just hang back and hold my information. And if people think that's suspicious, like if they kill me, like who gives a shit, right? It's not that big of a deal. So we'll see. We'll see. I guess so. Let's go over the script while we wait. So this is Big Dog Energy version 3.0. So one of the guys that we play with goes by Big Dog, and this is the script that he made, with the idea being that our group is not particularly good about nominating and executing people on day one. So we wanted to make a script.
It's an updated bot. We're using slashes now instead of exclamation marks. It's going to be a game or two of adjustment.
Seems faster.
We'll get there. I'm dead. This is Big Dog Energy 3.0. There's 10 of us alive. I hope vote timer still works. Let's try. Oh, wait, it's not going to be an exclamation mark. It's going to be a slash. Oh, my God.
The bot seems faster.
It worked. 10 minutes. 10 minutes on the clock. If you're the golem, don't nominate more than once. I can't confirm you if you nominate again. If you nominate 2 times in the game, you're just cheating. If you're the politician, most responsible for your team losing is pretty high bar. You have to not vote at the very end to change the game, or I don't know, the entire you can't just be well, I said a kind of a confusing thing in the second day and evil ended up winning, so I should win too. So you gotta fuck the good team pretty hard.
What if you vote?
You don't roll politician, right? You just, or do you? I guess, could someone theoretically be sitting with a politician token?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, I thought.
That's the only way to be a politician. Yeah.
Okay. I
What
thought
if
it was like
you,
an award you basically gave out if someone fucked up.
No. We've played with Goon enough to cover that. What else is new in here? If it's a little monster game, there were no bluffs given to the evil team, and they'll all be minions, and their minion abilities are active regardless of whether they're babysitting the little monster or not. Yeah, new crap. I think we played with everything else. Ask me any questions at any point. Probably 9 minutes now left. I'm going to go feed the dogs before they eat me. Good luck.
Oh, God, they hurt.
Big Dog, you want to talk?
Sure, Chris. What's good?
Feels like it's been forever since I've talked to you.
Probably been at least 2 days.
Yeah, gotta be. So, how do you wanna play this? I am looking for a particular person.
Okay.
But I'm also willing to just go with the generic route of giving out 3 for 3.
I'm under the impression I'm probably not who you're looking for.
Yep.
Isn't that out of the damsel and huntsman's out of this now? So I actually don't know what you're looking for. But
I mean, yeah, I could be looking for a role, or I could be looking to triangulate some information. I'll leave that up to your own interpretation.
Okay. Anyways, I'll give you my 3. I am either the Undertaker, the Artist, or the Balonist.
Okay. Is there any corroborating information for any of those roles you want to tell me? Well, I guess specifically it would be a balloonist.
Not yet.
Does balloonist get visited? Yeah, night 1. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if you were a balloonist, you are not. Oh, you're not interested in sharing that info quite yet.
Not quite yet. No.
Okay. Cool. So I am. Either the tea lady, the dreamer, or the savant.
I almost wrote Bremer. Whatever that is. Okay, cool.
Good stuff. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ethan, you want to talk?
Okay.
Yeah, you want to do some roll trade?
Sure. You go first. I'm still looking at the ones.
Sure. I'm either Tea Lady, Dreamer, or Savant.
Okay. I'm either Clockmaker, Savant, Artist.
Okay. Well, I guess if you are Artist or Savant, then giving the other one of those is a good idea. Since
Wait, what?
So both Artist and Savant visit the Storyteller. So if you are one of those, but don't want to give away that you're one of them, it makes sense to have both of them in your 3. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right. Cool.
Chris, you want to chat?
Yeah.
Refer?
Yeah. Tea Lady, Dreamer, Savant.
Are you one of those roles?
Possibly. I
Okay.
also might be looking for a specific person.
Okay.
What about you?
Flower Girl, Tea Lady, and Noble.
Okay. If you are the noble or you do find the noble, let me know, because I potentially would like to chat with them.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Bear back my foot's here.
Ryan.
Yeah. Chat.
Ryan.
Yep. Let's go.
Colin, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
I really thought you said Colin there.
I know, sorry,
I was like,
I know. Really swallowed that D there. But anyway. Yeah. How's it going?
Bad, how are you?
What's that? Oh, good. You know. Not much. Not much is happening.
Yeah.
Your shirt matches Colin's walls. That is, I've noticed.
Becky, did you want to chat?
Colette, do you want to chat or are you
Sure.
dodging me?
Yeah, I'm free. I'm sorry, Joe.
In the
That's okay. I'm just giving you shit.
The Bodacious Beaver.
yeah. What?
Ryan, shall we?
Yep, yep, yep.
Colin, you want to talk?
yeah.
Chris, are you there?
Ooh.
Baker, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Just making sure.
What? Oh my.
Ethan.
Yep.
You want? Oh, the cat's back. It's in a backpack.
In the back.
It's like a
We went for a walk.
spacecraft.
I know that's actually it looks like the lunar module. You want to chat, Ethan?
Khaled, you want to do a
I don't-
threefer?
No, there's 1 minute left.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
There's 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
That's
never
a
mind.
Classic Becky.
Khaled's ignoring me anyways. I think he muted me.
Damn.
Yeah, I think so too.
You see that?
Yeah, he's muted you.
Oh, Votebot. No, with a slash. You were returned with a slash that time, not an exclamation mark. It
That
felt
seemed
different.
faster.
Yeah, can I go speak with you privately?
More aerodynamic.
Lead the way.
Wow, Matt G.
Just holding up the whole game.
And we can do the general discussion.
That's fair.
Pat doesn't have to give us permission.
I like when Papa's here.
Do we
Pat,
think
can I
it's in
also
our
speak to
best
you real quick?
interest to kill somebody today?
Wow, another one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There's still no Vortox in this one, but we kind of got burned last week not killing people a lot of days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a bad person last week, Pat did point out that we didn't kill anyone for like the first day or two, and then ended up with 2
We
bad.
executed like 1 person last week, yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of left us with all bad people on the last day.
So, as someone who's good now, I might be in favor of executing.
Brian, are you going to use your drone to deliver contraband to people in prison?
Yes.
Perfect.
So I will say, to make an argument for killing people, there is an Undertaker and there is a cannibal in the script. So that would definitely promote killing people.
Speaking of killing people, nominations are open.
So wait, how does cannibal? But cannibal isn't informed what ability they gained, right?
That's correct. It just sort of runs through the operations of whatever character was most recently killed by execution.
Right. So like, if there was a cannibal, they would have to find out who got killed, because otherwise they might never know to use their ability.
Yeah, if it was a power ability, definitely. If it was a night ability, I would wake them up.
Yeah.
But you would just wake them up and you would be like, choose a person?
Totally depends on what the most recent executed person is. Let's say it was like a slayer, which isn't in the script, but for example, let's say that I wouldn't do anything. The next day they would just have to be like, I claim slayer and shoot someone.
So you would have to coordinate with the recently killed person.
Cannibal doesn't actually confirm anyone. Only Undertaker does.
There's mechanisms you can confirm with cannibal.
Sure, but it's not like a guarantee. You have to trust that the person who died
Right.
before is.
If let's say there's a fortune teller, and then I go to they're executed, and I go to the cannibal and say pick 2 people. That doesn't happen for a ton of roles, so that's a good way to confirm.
What if a cannibal doesn't know what ability they got and they came to you, or they tried to use the power incorrectly? Would you tell them that, or would you just play along?
I wouldn't tell you incorrectly. I mean, like, let's say they think they ate the slayer, but they didn't. The next day, if they say I shoot whoever, I'm not going to be like, well, you don't actually have the slayer ability. I'll just be like, nothing happens.
Okay.
You know?
Tricky.
But if they were like thought they were the spawn and they tried to come see you, you'd be like, I'm not telling you shit. Get out of here.
Yeah, like if they think they're the artist, you're gonna tell them yes or no if they're actually the artist. Otherwise, would you just tell them I can't tell you that, or what?
That actually is a great question.
What was the question? Sorry.
So the artist asks a question and gets a yes or no answer. But if you're not actually the artist and you think you are, how is Pat gonna respond?
I was actually thinking that too. That's a way someone could eliminate what they are.
So I guess it was actually an artist who was executed. Or no, if it was a good character. So the whole idea behind like if the most recent executed was evil, then you're poisoned or whatever. So like let's say an evil player was bluffing as the artist and then was eaten by the cannibal. The next day, if they came to me and asked me whatever, I would answer the question as if they were a poisoned artist, right? I'm like backing up the evil player's bluff. But if they were an actual other townsfolk, so then they had a different power. Actually, a great question. I guess because you're not poisoned, you're just
That's
a
what I'm here for,
different
baby.
ability.
Hard-hitting questions.
I think I just wouldn't answer it. Yeah.
Well, you can also say I don't know, right? To an artist question.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. I mean, if the artist question is, yeah, I guess it could be I don't know. But if the artist question is like, is 2 + 2, 4? Then I say I don't know. That'd be kind of a
Go
giveaway.
to school, you moron.
Our noms open.
They are.
I nominate Matt G.
Chris nominates Matt G. Why?
Shooting from the hip, vibe check.
He just got back.
All that jazz.
I love the shooting from the hip vibe check meta.
Matt or Chris, does the offense rest?
Indeed.
Matt G, what do you got?
I'm good. I was thinking of shooting from the hip against Chris anyway, so that vibe check
Looks
will
like we
be
got ourselves a
reciprocated.
Mexican standoff.
But I'm good, so you guys shouldn't kill me yet. And yeah, I have my 3 bluffs in order correctly this time, so I'm good to go. So just trust me.
All right, first nomination of Big Dog Energy 3.0. How do we feel about no countdown? We've done it the last couple of games. Do people want the countdown back? Do people not miss the countdown at all?
I'm a man of the countdown, but I might be alone in that.
I just missed the bell.
I'm indifferent.
I miss
same
hearing
without
the
the
bell
bell.
from Becky's speaker or
I was going to say that's the part I don't. That's the part I don't miss. I like the actual count. I don't like the bell sound. Is what. I wonder if I can just mute it on my end.
You just mute your
Oh,
speakers.
mute sounds. There it is. Right. Countdown's back, baby.
That's
all right.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Now you only hear it through Becky's speaker.
Yeah. 5 votes required for an execution. Here we go. Oh, there it is.
Hell yeah.
Three votes is not enough. Matt G is safe for the day. Nominations remain open.
I'd like to nominate Joe.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a counter nomination, and I was about to freak out. Matt G, why have you nominated Big Dog, aka Joe?
He likes to see people die. His hand up was up before Chris's when I got nominated, so I would just shoot from the hip here and like to hear what he has to say.
Let me first start off by saying I respect the nomination. It's true. I do want to see people killed on this script because I think there is information to be gathered based on deaths and by execution. So there are better kills than me. However, the game will not be drastically over if you kill me now, but I'd prefer to live.
5 votes required for an execution on Le Big Dog. Here we go.
Settle in,
Wow.
boys.
An early 3 votes and then couldn't close the deal. Big Dog is safe for the day. Second call.
I'll nominate Chris.
Brian nominates Chris. Why?
Bad vibe check. Real bad vibe check.
Whoa.
Chris, your response.
Super bad vibe check.
I am a super important character, so it'd be incredibly detrimental to the good team if you killed me.
5 votes required. Here we go.
Chris, which character is it?
Oh shit! My food's in the oven. It's definitely burning.
Oh fuck! I'm about to watch the fire department swat Pat.
Chris fucking dead, boy.
Wow.
I mean, did Chris just say that to get himself killed?
Yeah. I don't know.
I sure hope so.
Chris playing 5D Pong.
Yeah, fella, right into my trap.
Pat, how's the food?
They're going to be a little dried out. I was just reheating leftovers, but whatever.
I like-
Wow, 6. We got them. Chris is on the block.
I like to nominate Brian.
Did you not already nom?
I don't think so.
Oh, man, you haven't. No, I'm losing my edge here. Big Dog nominates Brian. Explain yourself right now.
Brian, were you
Yes.
of the 3 that you gave me? Are you okay with dying? Is what I want to ask you.
Yeah, but I think we should kill Chris first.
Why?
I'll talk to you tomorrow. I want to
Okay.
say it publicly.
He has no information. I don't know.
I have a lot of
Like
information.
he's got this insider fucking info. He's like, oh no,
Big
we'll
Dog,
chat.
just let this play out, and then we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay.
6 votes.
I'm gonna put my hand up, and if people want to go with it, then go with it.
7 votes would move the block. Would move Chris off the block and put Brian on the block. There we go.
He's just mad at me about last game.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty justified for Matt G to vote for you every time.
Yeah.
4 votes is not enough. Whoops, I just marked Brian. Chris is the one on the block. Ignore that. Mark. Final call for nomination.
Cat hair everywhere.
5, 4, 3.
I'll nominate
Oh. Ethan nominates
Becky.
Becky. Why?
I don't know. I just feel like everyone was nominating. Figured just see what happens.
Well,
Make it
here's
harder
what
for
happens.
whoever.
You both die. No.
Oh,
Becky,
Jesus.
I don't know how I can over. I
The
don't
whole
know if I can
town
pass
bursts into flames.
good enough for that. I don't really have anything to say. I've talked to a few people.
Very suspicious.
All right. 6 votes would tie. 7 votes would execute Becky. Here we go.
Damn, Chris wants Becky dead.
I just want to
Hated
not
that they
die
vote.
myself because I'm super important to the
To
game.
be fair, I did vote for Chris.
Chris, what you got there? Kung Pao chicken?
vote.
Really,
Ain't
really
it?
mediocre pad time.
The day will close.
I'm gonna counter nominate
Becky counter nominates. Sorry, where?
Ethan. Just
Ethan. Wow.
because.
Love it. We have a counter nomination. Is that your only prosecution?
Yeah.
That's it. Ethan, defend yourself.
I've talked to a couple people, and I think I just, shouldn't die.
6 votes would tie, right? Yeah, 7 votes would move it to Ethan. Here we go.
Chris,
This
I'll
is
remember
the
this.
big dog
trail.
energy that Joe wanted. Look at all these nominations.
Go.
Guy must be
I
loving it.
didn't even vote for Ethan.
I'm on cloud 9.
What are the votes?
I'm on Team
How do-
Liquid.
How
2
can I see the
votes is
votes
not
again?
enough. The day will close in 5,
I got that.
4,
joke.
What are the vote
Thanks.
history?
3, 2. By the way, if we want to go expert mode, because in real life, that shit's not there for you when you're playing this game in real life. Like, if we want to be pro, we turn that off. But then it also makes it hard on me whenever, anyway.
How dope would it be if I was the leech host right now and we just won?
Chris is executed and dies, and the game is continuing. It's like a double.
All right, so that wasn't the worst thing in the world. Like, it sucks that we died, but like, better us than a character that actually has a useful role. We got our info. I mean, obviously, we'd prefer it to be someone that is evil, or most likely evil, but not the worst thing in the world. Well, I didn't quite go as planned, but that's fine. We got to figure out now who we want to strategically connect with. It sucks. Usually, if I was like evil or had like a more interesting role, there'd be a lot more to talk about. I guess what we could talk about is Ethan. So Brian seemed kind of sketch. Mitch seemed fine.
Zero pulled this blanket down onto the floor and then pissed on it. So that was fun. Oh, Khaled died.
Oh.
He was pissed on by the dogs. Oh man. You hate to see that.
All right, we're gonna vote time. We're gonna do 8 minutes this time. I'm learning this new bot. There's some buttons. There's some. It's gonna start. It's working.
Big dog, you want to chat?
All right, I'm gonna
Hey,
clean
Yeah,
that up.
Khaled, you want to chat?
Nope. Khaled, can we talk?
No,
Yeah.
fuck you. I said it first.
Wait, did you say Pat? Did someone say Pat or no?
Then
Matt?
If vote bots rock, Khaled.
What is happening?
Oh, okay.
Bitch.
Who, me? Matt?
Becky,
say me?
did you? What's going on?
I did. It's okay. You can go talk to Mitch. It's okay.
Wait, did you want to talk to me, Matt?
I
I
wanted
did
to
want to talk to you, Mitch. Or
Okay.
Chris. Actually, Chris. Actually, no. I want to talk about Chris. Chris, can we talk?
My man.
I gotta.
Am I having a stroke right now?
So, what was your important role, Chris?
Oh, it was
You won't tell
Clockmaker.
me, it's fine.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you
Hear
hear?
me?
Did you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, weird. I might need to fix my thing. I was Clockmaker and I got a 2.
Which one is that? Khaled kill's interesting because Khaled didn't talk to anyone, did he?
That's a good question. I didn't keep track. I was going to get my food during half of the first phase, so.
All right.
Yeah,
You trust
you wanna give
Brian,
me-
or I will tell you exactly what I am, and I mean, it is smart, I guess. What, the evil team killing? No, you don't. We wouldn't have a power if you were evil, right? Like, what am I talking about?
Well, yeah, I mean, but it could just be that the good team just were correct and killed me as an evil player. But I feel like if I was evil, I would have taken that defense a little bit more seriously. But
I'm the balloonist.
okay.
Brian, Big Dog. First two names. What I am looking at is Colin and Brian, based off their 3 for 3s and how they've been voting or interacting with the vote. Very similar.
So, assuming I have good info, assuming I have good info, Colin can't be the demon because Colette is dead and I'm dead. So that would mean, well, that's okay. That's not possible. Assuming I have good info, because you're 2 away from Matt G, and you're 2 away from Brian. I'm 2 away from Brian. I'm 2 away from Colin, and Colin's 2 away from Khaled. So it
No,
can't
I
be-
see that. So then, is it Joe? I mean, the hypothetical situation is if there's a Godfather in play, there's no outsider. So I'm only getting 3 names.
Yeah. No. You're
there's
a
a-
balloonist. You add an outsider.
Yeah, but I'm saying if there's a Godfather, it's -1, so they would cancel each other
be
out.
-1. It
They
doesn't have to be
could,
negative.
or it's +1, and then there's 2 outsiders in the game. So
Yeah,
that
I think
is
it's
a
more
hypothetical.
likely that there is an outsider.
Okay, so then I'm gonna start talking to Brian and Big Dog and see if any of them want to claim outsider. But if they do, hypothetically speaking, if Big Dog was the goon, for example, I nominated him. Does that mean I'm drunk now, or was drunk last night when I got his name?
No,
then why would I get his
because
name?
you're not choosing. You. Okay, you sound a little bit
Nominated him.
suspect. I might just be reading too much into it. But when you're balloonist,
I'm just trying to.
you don't choose
I'm trying to figure out
anything.
my information.
You are
Yeah.
given names.
Oh yeah, I get that. What I'm saying is though, like the goon, if you choose the goon first, you become drunk until dusk. I nominated Joe. Does that count as me touching Joe? Like if Joe is hypothetically the goon.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm confused. When Pat visited you, what happened?
He said Big Dog.
Okay.
What I'm saying is,
but you're not choosing Big Dog. Pat is giving you that name, so yeah. I don't think it applies because you're not choosing the goon. It's being given to you, so it's not the same.
Okay, and then if I nominate the goon, that's not the same either, right? That's not. That's what I'm getting at.
It's only at night.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you basically can't be affected by the goon, assuming you are balloonist.
But there's a good chance then that Joe or Brian could be an outsider, and I should try to figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable assumption.
I don't have good vibes about Brian.
I don't either. He came at me pretty hard. It was like
told me Flower Girl, Tea Lady, or Noble.
Yeah, he told me the same. Yeah.
And Colin also had Flower Girl, and Colin also said Pixie, and you can't say Pixie if you're the actual Pixie.
What do you mean you can't say Pixie?
You have to be mad about that character. So like, if I'm the Pixie, I don't want to be the Pixie again. So I would just be claiming Flower Girl left and right to become the Flower Girl.
If I'm pretending to be Tea Lady, it might be that Pixie is in my 3. Like, you
okay,
can still get.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, I'm gonna try to get to Joe.
Mitch, you want to talk?
Sure. Hello, Chris.
So I am getting more and more vibes that you are the balloonist. Is that an accurate statement?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you the same thing I told Brian. I'm none of my roles, but I don't want to tell people my role.
You're none of the 3 you gave me, you mean?
Correct.
Okay. Well, as soon as you're ready to share with me your info, I'll gladly reciprocate and share with you what I got.
Sure, that's understandable.
Do you have any other vibes on people?
I hear tell of a minion, or not a minion, an outsider. So.
Okay. That I could see that being the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
Do you want to tell me who you think it is or who you got that from?
No.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Turn. $15 already.
Go can we chat?
Maybe. Oh shit.
Oh,
Answers
Votebot / Votebot. Minute or 2. We'll open it up. The food's still edible. I know you guys are worried.
Oh, thank God.
I can talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, what do you want to talk about?
I just want to know your roles.
I want to know your role.
Joe, was Brian's super important secret information about me like a game changer?
It was mind blowing, dude. Groundbreaking information.
I figured it would be.
Yeah.
So how do we know Big Dog doesn't have cheat codes for this script?
That's a good call.
Yeah, actually, I have the ability to see Grimoire.
What?
So
Can I speak with you?
Yeah. Lead the way.
Damn.
This script is tough to run. There's a lot of,
It's like we got two savants in here.
well, there's a savant, there's artists.
They both asked both days.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, one of them is definitely bluffing as the savant.
Or maybe they're both just bad at the game and have to ask a bunch of questions.
They're both actually just evil.
I can confirm I am bad at the game and just have to ask questions.
No, Baker's just distracted tonight. Oh my.
Noms are open.
I'd like
right.
to nominate Brian.
Big Dog nominates Brian. Just why?
So I'd like to try something, and I think we should all vote Brian.
I like the strategy.
I think Brian would agree too on this.
Got my hand up.
When you say all, you mean everyone except me and Claude.
Brian,
Yeah,
do you agree?
Of course. No dead
Yeah,
votes.
I'm in for that. I'm in for that.
All right.
All votes,
Four-
or just you want enough?
4 votes required
Might as well just all come here right now.
for an execution.
Is anybody going to explain why?
Here we go.
Or
I'm
we just
assuming
all-
they're testing a poisoned flower girl is my assumption. Ethan, Matt G.
I'm good.
6
Fight the
votes is
powers.
enough.
I respect that.
Brian is on the block. Nominations remain open.
Nominate Mitch.
What?
I believe that was a Matt G nominating Mitch situation, right?
Yeah. Yes,
What do you
that
got, Matt G?
Just shooting from the hip here, and not really shooting from the hip. Actually, there's actually some logic behind it. So the two dead people are claiming the same role to me, which is kind of weird. And one of the people spoke to Mitch after, and I hard claimed my role to that person, so they know who I am. So I don't feel safe with Mitch. So let's just see what Mitch has to say.
Mitch, what do you got? Also, Matt G, you have to make a script called Shooting from the Hip at some point.
Hell yeah.
100%.
I have absolutely no idea what your role is, Matchy. The only person I assume you're talking about is Chris, and Chris just asked me if I was one of my roles, and I told him I am none of my roles. So, I mean, if that helps you in any way.
6
But
votes
know
with
yet.
tie.
I'm under the impression that you're going to just sort of believe whatever you're going to believe at this moment, so.
7 would move it from Brian to Mitch. 6 would tie.
So I think
Here we
we do kill me first, but I hate the no impact on the game. I admittedly lied about my 3 roles and then say nothing else type play.
So real quick, Colette and Chris are claiming the same role.
Yeah.
1 vote in it.
Let's circle back to that.
Yeah, that's what they both told me. They're the Clockmaker. Khaled got a 1 and Chris got a
Just
2.
putting my business all out there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
told
at
you
this
that.
point,
Told you that in
that
confidence.
mind
Chris,
blowing.
really important role that he's pissed off that he got killed about.
Both are claiming Clockmaker, so if someone could tell me why someone would not want to be a Clockmaker, would really help me. So yeah.
I was not pissed about it, I'll tell you that.
Second call. for now.
Well, the whole idea was I was trying to get Mitch to give me info, and I told him I would give him my info when he gave me his, but now I have no leverage. So,
All right, I'm just gonna fuck everything up here. I'm the artist. I asked Pat the first day, is the demon among Chris, Big Dog, Brian, or Becky? And I got a yes. So the only way that that's not true is if I happen to be poisoned day one, or there's a recluse. The only way there'd be a recluse is if there's a balloonist or a godfather.
Can you go through those names again?
Brian, Big Dog, Chris, Becky.
if you're the pixie, there's no reason to continue bluffing once you're dead, right?
Correct.
All right, so Clyde, you can stop pretending.
Fuck's a pixie.
Yeah, so can you, Chris. Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm starting to be on Matt G's side here. What the fuck is going on here?
Final call for nominations.
So, unless anyone has anything better, I don't see any downside to killing Brian, Becky, Big Dog.
Well, I'm already on the block, so that
Right.
we should kill me.
Can you tell us who you are? Like,
I
are you
will,
the
yeah.
Clockmaker too?
After I die, I'll tell you.
Because the game will be over because he's
Well-
the demon.
I guess, Ethan, to add another wrinkle to that, the issue, if we're in a lull monster game, like it could have been that one of them was holding the lull monster, and then that switched to a different person. So, like, it's still good to kill those people, but, like, we might not get them in that
Also, a
4.
leech game would make
Yeah.
someone the host.
The day will close in 10 seconds.
But I guess we'd figure that out if you killed all of them.
Yeah.
Do we have multiple people proclaiming artists now? Is that
Can
what's
you-
happening here?
I think we
I'm
have
under the
multiple
impression that there's two
savants.
savants.
Fine.
So if there's little monster, it's Pat who's choosing who dies, right? So that would be a situation where a minion would die because there's no vigor mortis. There's no reason for a demon to kill their own minion, right?
Brian is
Right.
executed and does not die. The game continues. We lost Colin in the night. That leaves 7? 7 alive, which means, of course, 7 minutes.
Big Dog, can I talk to you?
Yep.
Can I come? Can I come?
I'll ask.
Colin, I had nothing to do with that.
Matt G.
Yeah, I mean,
Matt G, you want to chat?
Yes.
I think Little Monster might make the most sense because unless Colette is politician, because otherwise it explains why a minion would die first night and why a minion would bluff a role that's already in play.
I mean, Pat would be trying to kill people at night to keep it balanced. Like last week when we had Lil Monster, he didn't. I mean, we only had 2 minions, but he didn't kill either of us.
Yeah, it's not quite like a Legion game where he kills a lot of.
I mean,
Ethan.
I can't think of any other explanation
can I
for
talk
a
to you?
minion to die.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the explanation is that like you don't believe me and you believe Colette, and that's fine. But in my
Who
shoes,
died?
I'm trying to figure out why a minion would die in first night.
Who died last night?
Colin.
Or
Colin.
did, oh. Did you come out with what you were?
Matt G, can we talk?
I want to talk to
Not
Becky.
yet.
Becky, can we talk?
Okay.
Anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Matt G, and I'm happy to talk.
All right, Chris, let's talk.
Nice.
I
Oh,
wanted to
man.
talk with Matt.
What was the next name you got?
Becky.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why I want to talk to her.
Have you talked to Brian or Big Dog yet?
Not since. No. First day I talked to Brian when he claimed what he claimed. It was weird.
But you haven't
Big
talked
Dog,
to,
same
but
thing.
you haven't. Wait, claim what he claimed. What do you mean?
Like his 3 for 3.
Okay.
Like that's all he did. Like I was.
Yeah. So that means you
I
haven't
was-
talked to either of them since you got your information.
Correct.
How is that possible?
Correct.
You said you
Because
were
I
going to go
talked
try and
you.
talk to them.
Oh, yeah, then I talked to you, and then no one was available, so I went to talk to Khaled, and then that's when I got that bombshell of both of you claiming Clockmaker, and then I'm trying to wrap my head around that, and then time ran out. And I only have 7 minutes now,
Fair enough,
and I'm
fair
trying
enough.
to talk to
All right, go for it.
trying to talk to Becky.
Is that Matt G?
Becky, Matt G
Is
is
he
trying
It
to
is
talk
Matt
to
G.
you.
Yes, Becky, go talk to Matt G. Matt G. Becky's been trying to talk to you the whole damn time, but she says he can't. She can't hear you.
You're just
Go to the room that he went to, Becky.
I don't
Becky,
even
go. Go, Becky. Go, Becky.
Go, Becky, go.
Go, Becky. Go, Becky. Go.
She was like, I want to talk to Matt G.
Mitch, you want to talk?
I guess.
Okay, well, now I don't have any info to hold over your head because Matt G just fucking blew all my secrets out there. So are you willing to tell me anything?
I'm that outsider. I just don't.
You don't have
Yeah,
to tell
I
me. If I would love to know what outsider role you are, but if you don't feel comfortable telling me, that's fine. But I think it's important to know if you are one because then that means it's less likely that Khaled is politician and more likely that he's a minion and we have a little monster game.
Yeah, no, I am an outsider. I mean, I've been trying to hold on because I wasn't sure about Godfather, but I think I can. Minor minus or plus 1. Is there anything
Here are
else?
clues. You should just go ahead and come out with it. If you are,
I was gonna talk to Ethan. I wanted to see if I can use. I'm Gollum, and I want to see if I can use that to help.
okay, cool.
Figure something out.
Thanks,
Okay,
sir.
I'm gonna talk to Ethan. Ethan, you want to chat?
Sure. Where?
Brian's Bukkake Bunker.
Big Dog. Baker. Can I talk to y'all?
Fuck. Ethan's gone.
Can I chat to y'all?
Dude.
I need to snag Ethan.
We did
Can't
our
miss that chance. But yeah, Brian, we can talk real quick.
Big Dog, can I talk? Can we talk?
Sure. What's up?
Okay. Are you willing to tell me anything about what happened with you and Brian's plan to nominate him?
So I'm Tea Lady.
Okay.
So I don't trust you because you died. So the only explanation would be is if I was poisoned, which would render my ability useless. So
That would
as
be
of now,
super fucking unlucky for me. So I was poisoned. You were poisoned the first night, so I wasn't saved, and then you weren't poisoned the second night, so Brian was saved. That sounds super implausible. But
I agree, which makes me think you're evil.
I get it. Yep, I totally get it. If I'm not though, and Khaled is the evil one, Khaled's either assuming for a second that I am good, that means Khaled's either evil or a politician. If he is evil, then I think that leans it towards a little monster game, in that he doesn't have bluffs, and Pat was willing to just kill a minion first night.
Right. I feel like he wouldn't do that though. I feel like Pat would. It'd be kind of cruel to the evil team.
Maybe. I mean, they've got 3 members on their team. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any other explanation for it. I have
Yeah.
someone else who's claiming outsider, so that makes it less likely that Khaled is politician, but still totally possible if there's a balloonist and a Godfather.
Is it Colin? Like it has.
I'm not gonna share.
Okay, because I know of a hard claim balloonist, which would make sense.
Yeah, Matt G.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got Brian, you, and now Becky. Those are the 3 names he has so far.
Ryan, myself, Becky. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, which I guess would. So if you poisoned me, if you're the no dashy, Brian is one of your minions, that would explain why my info is no good. And then Becky is a townsperson, maybe. I guess that's a possibility. It'd be interesting to see what he gets as his fourth name.
Yeah. I have a feeling there's a poisoner out here. There's a lot of things that aren't lining up.
That's a game.
The hypothetical you were talking about there, Mitch, what you were reading it correctly.
Okay.
All right, minute or two of group chat.
Ryan, what are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Sorry.
Joe, like that last scenario I told you does not align with the scenario where Brian doesn't die. So I think it's not a valid possibility.
Go ahead
Peter,
and
can I have your thoughts?
Who's?
Speakers, what do you think? What's going on here?
A penny for your thoughts?
I've not figured out who I think the demon is yet. I am still wrestling with the Chris Khaled thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm erring towards Chris being the liar of the two.
Okay, and then on that topic, what do we think the minions in play are? Like, where do we think those are involved? Like, do we think a poisoner's involved here? Do we think it's a Godfather? Where's our head at, team? Like, what are we doing?
If Chris is good and he's sitting there right now looking at a good token on his screen, then I would, based off information I've been given, there's a poisoner.
Yeah, or somebody.
I agree. It's possible that there's a poisoner.
Do we know anything about Becky? Like what?
No.
No, but I want to focus on Brian. You said
Yeah.
you were ready to die, and then
I knew I wouldn't die.
die.
Yeah, I know.
You said you'd share your information. So do
I
you
said
want to
I'd
share your
share my
information?
info when I died because I knew I wasn't gonna die. I'm not
That
gonna
doesn't
tell you
make
what
any
I am.
sense. If you thought I was evil, how did you know you weren't going to die?
Good stuff.
It makes sense.
Explain that one to me.
I have a great explanation. I don't want to say it yet.
I'm evil. How
I guess
did you know you weren't going to die? Explain that to me.
The 3
Brian,
roles.
you can do it.
Yeah, I will
do
if
it.
y'all want me to. The 3 roles
I
you
do.
told me,
I want you to do it, Brian.
you couldn't have been those 3.
Ignore
And
my
it was-
roles. Ignore my roles. It has nothing to do with
It was
that.
also
If
it was
you
also
knew I
a
was evil,
test. It was
if
also
you
a
knew I was
test.
evil, then you
Chris,
not
you're
dying
evil.
doesn't make any sense.
We'll get to that.
Namdro.
I can come out with my role. I don't really have any information for you. I was the flower girl, and everyone kept voting. So day 1, I got a yes, which Mitch and Ethan were the only people who didn't vote. Day 2, also got, or well, day 2 I died. But Ethan was again the only one who didn't vote. So
Nominate
kinda
Mitch.
why
Matt G nominates Mitch. What do you got, Matt?
He's the no dash. He's shooting from the hip.
But Colin just said that I wasn't the demon, didn't he? Or
Yeah,
Colin, did you
but
say
the no
who-
dashi poisons their neighbors. So you sit next to Colin. So Colin's poisoned. Ipso facto, no means yes. Yes means no. See you later.
Up is
No
down.
dashi.
Down is up.
We got you.
dogs and cats living together.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Let's be honest world.
All right.
Kill Mitch.
I can't even. Oh, 4 votes required at this point for an execution. Everyone is seated, right? Yep. All right. Here we go.
Get him. Get him.
Who the withdraw, big dog?
I don't
Just
want
wanted
it to be.
too lopsided.
I don't want it to be majority. Yeah.
Mitch voted for himself. Love that. 5 votes is enough. Mitch is on the block.
Oh, Mitch voted for himself.
Second call for nomination.
Such a good piss. Did I die?
You're on the block, Mitch.
I'm on the block. Okay, sure. We'll see if the game ends.
Your vote was the difference maker. That's not actually true. It wasn't.
It honestly might.
Scared me for a second.
So there's like 2 theories here. There's either
He was not in your names, right, Ethan?
right, but if I was poisoned, it would be the opposite side of or it would be flipped.
It could be, but not necessarily, right?
Yeah.
But probably would be.
Final
Yeah.
call.
So there's like kind of 2 theories here, right? I think it's Mitch and Chris. Or it's
There's 3.
Brian. Oh well, that's only 2 I can think of. Or it's Brian, Big Dog, and someone else.
It can't be. It has to be me or Colette, unless one of us is politician.
You're right.
There's somebody, based on some information I have, I'm expecting somebody to nominate, and that person's not doing so. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the information they told me.
I spoke to someone and they said maybe I don't need to. But Ethan, this is last chance. You want me to nominate someone?
I was gonna say, if you die, then now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. I mean, I would do. I guess.
I nominate Brian.
Yeah.
Mitch nominates Brian.
As the
Golem. Why?
I'm the golem, and he's alive still.
Well, he could also still be the leech.
True.
And we would.
Brian, your defense.
And I could be the Nodashi. That's true.
It's not me. Wait, where's the count? Is there an outsider in this game?
So
there
one
can be.
person I wish you hadn't nominated.
5 votes would tie. 6 would move it from Mitch to Brian. Here we go.
Wait a second, y'all. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
I'm actually on board with that.
Instead of Mitch, why you instead of Mitch?
What if Brian's the leech and I'm the person that he poisoned and I'm his host? And I mean, I've said I'm the artist. Like, you think it would be an easy kill? Because he came to me in confidence and told me all this shit and said that
I've told a lot of people a lot of shit.
Is the whole linchpin of his theories that I'm poisoned. And also, I think that, I mean, really the prevailing theory for me is that he is the leech. And that if I'm the host and I die, then Brian dies and the game's over.
Why do we think you're the host?
I mean, wouldn't I be?
I'm down to kill you.
We can circle back to you tomorrow, Ethan. I don't hate.
We kill Mitch today.
I mean, literally, the whole point. Brian wanting to go against this makes me more likely for me to want to die.
I'm for it, but we just kill Mitch. Like, he's clearly bad.
5.
So wait, real quick. So
Baker
Mitch is
got in
claiming
there.
Gollum, and Brian, you don't have a rebuttal about that at all. No rebuttal about.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked how there was an
Gollum.
outsider, and I was really hoping you might say something or somebody might say something. If that helps you.
I'm not an outsider.
This doesn't.
No,
make
I know
sense,
that.
Brian, the reason you're claiming that you didn't die the first time. never mind. I'm
Brian is either good
Brian's so evil.
or he's leech, so he can't. He's not
Yes.
going to.
All right, let's
yeah.
let's lock in on the nom. Baker, you've nominated Ethan. Why?
I'm gonna jump on board with Ethan's theory, and there's also other reasons that the good team can get behind a kill, even if Ethan is not the host.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, my ability's done. There's nothing more I can do. So it's
So is Mitch's,
My
and Mitch
ability
is
is not
definitely bad.
And I'm definitely the Nonashi.
Ethan, is
I'm
that
on board with either. It doesn't affect me. I'm gonna put my hand up.
yeah. I mean, I'm more likely.
I don't want to tie it. I don't want to tie it though. That's the only thing. Who's the last person that goes?
Yeah, I'm more
So-
likely. Like, I'm more inclined to get me killed than Mitch, just because Brian doesn't want me to die.
I'd rather see Mitch die.
Ethan, you're gonna die and nothing's gonna happen, and we should have killed Mitch.
5
That's
votes?
exactly what's gonna happen.
Why
Would
do you like
tie?
Mitch, Maggie?
6 would move it from Ethan
So
to
that
Mitch.
is Nodashi.
Here we
I'm
Oh,
willing
I think
to
it's
use
possible
I'm
that
willing to
Mitch
use a
is
ghost vote
Nodashi.
here if
That's a
somebody else
possible
wants to
theory.
put a hand up.
I
I'm willing to
I
use
don't think
anybody.
Mitch is
Ghost vote,
Nodashi.
I'm willing to. If we have enough, okay.
You're okay, Col. I think we saved ghost votes. We've burned them too early too many times and gotten killed by it.
I don't,
My only
I don't
vote the
think
entire
Mitch is
game.
evil.
3 votes is not enough. The day will
I want to
close.
see Matt G's face
5,
when we go tonight.
4, 3, 2, 1. Mitch is executed and dies.
Drum roll.
All right, Baker's dead. There are 5 players alive. We are going to put 5 minutes on. Let's put 6. I feel like 6 minutes. Good luck.
Ethan, give me time.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, can we talk?
Okay, can you explain to me the thing that nobody's willing to tell me, but everyone seems to know?
So he said it really fast, so I don't remember the specifics, but basically Brian is the dreamer. And he said he dreamed of the tea lady who is sitting next to Chris. I don't fully understand what he's saying there, but he basically was saying, I don't know. He essentially was saying that he dreamed something and it meant that your claims were incorrect or something like that.
Yeah, I absolutely lied to him. The problem I'm having here is the explanations for how someone cannot die in this game is very limited. And so if I am evil, then the main reason that somebody wouldn't die in this game does not work. So that's the part that doesn't make any sense. You follow me?
Yeah, but when was Brian nominated? Let's see. Let me look at the votes versus you.
It doesn't matter. So if Brian is next to a tea lady, fuck it. So if Big Dog is tea lady, right?
Yeah.
That means he's protecting me and he's protecting Brian. But it only works if both of us are good. Right?
Yes.
So if Brian had talked to Big Dog and okay, we're gonna try and execute me. We know how this is gonna go because you're tea lady, you're gonna save me. But then he's also saying he knows for sure I'm evil. Those two things cannot possibly be the case, because if he knew for sure I was evil, then he would not know for sure that he would not die.
Well, no, but he made that decision after you already died, and
Exactly. He made that decision the next day after he knew I was evil. So I was like, how are you down for this whole plan of protecting yourself? Because it's not. Let's see, tea lady.
No, you got killed. You got killed first.
Alive neighbors. Fuck me. All right. Yeah, never mind. There goes my whole theory. God damn it.
Yeah. So you died, and then
okay. So it's if Baker and Brian are both good, then it works.
yes,
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Never mind. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, Khaled, what you put in the chat would fit with your Clockmaker information.
Ethan, can we talk again?
Yeah.
Becky, do you want to chat?
Information is not accurate, so I would not believe it, Colin.
Becky?
Yes.
Big Dog Energy.
Chris, I still don't understand why you said you were really important and you couldn't be executed on the first day if you're Clockmaker.
He just wanted
Baker had it right. I was mostly being sarcastic. I don't know. As Clockmaker, you're always gonna die first. So I was like, well, if I can try and role swap with someone else or make the demon think I'm really important, then maybe they'll kill me instead of killing someone who actually is important.
I will say that first night only powers have never died or never been executed on the first night in the past. Well, for me, when I last played, the past 5 or 6 games, it doesn't make sense because I always come back to it. It's I don't understand how the first night people are still alive.
Well, it's possible that the first night people are just sick of being executed the first night and then not getting to nominate or vote the rest of the game.
That's how I try to play it. I was like, fuck it. I'd rather stay alive.
Yeah,
See
exactly.
what I with.
Yeah.
What did Matt come out as? What did he say?
I don't know.
Did he not come out?
According to
I know what he is.
No, like he publicly is like, all right, I'm gonna come out with all my info. He just starts asking everybody, what do you guys think?
Oh yeah, I don't think he's done that yet.
Oh, so you actually.
Damn it, I'm super duper the Nodashi, guys.
My whole theory about Brian being evil is no longer accurate because I misread one of the roles, but I still think it's Brian. Big Dog, can we chat?
Alright.
Yeah.
So I was chatting with Ethan, and my whole theory was wrong. I was under the impression that T Lady was just your two neighbors, not your two alive neighbors. So when Brian was like so sure that I was evil and so sure that he wasn't going to die, I couldn't figure out how that both of those made sense. Because if he knew I was evil, then he would not. He would know that he wouldn't die. That he would die.
Right.
So
Right. That makes
I
sense.
still think Brian's probably evil, but that might just be me like having.
So
oversight.
yeah, if Brian is evil, he's Leech, which like we're not going to kill him. We have to find the host.
Right.
So I mean, it's possible it's Ethan. Like he was saying, he's still alive. But I mean, it could be Matchy, Ethan.
Yo, Pat,
Vote bot. Yeah.
can Tea Lady's ability get fucked if they're poisoned?
Of course.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, so what are the likely explanations? So Big Dog, what are you?
Tea Lady.
Then why did Baker die?
Becky
It's
is hard claiming.
it's your neighbors. It's not like your alive neighbors.
It's your live neighbors. Read it again.
It
It
is
literally
your live
says your live
Big Dog,
neighbors.
I just am the one who explained that to you because it threw my theory about Brian
So,
out the window. I literally
Chris,
just
I actually
15
might
seconds
believe
ago
you.
explained that.
Becky's Tea Lady. That's why I didn't die.
I can get behind
thought
that.
it was Big Dog the entire time, and I was. That's why I was so convinced you were evil when you just died, and now Baker just died, also being next to him.
Yeah.
I was locked in on Big Dog actually being Tea Lady, but he's not. Becky's
I'm
Tea
grabbing a
Lady.
drink real quick. When I come back, noms are open.
Brian, how do you feel about me getting myself killed?
Getting yourself killed, I'm cool with it, but I think it's a total waste.
I don't
Maggie,
think
can
we
you
do
come
that.
out? Can you come out with your info, please? Now that it's been
Who are you talking to?
you, Matt G.
Well, we have
Yeah, I can
everybody
come
in
out.
the room right now. We sure we want to give the evil
Yeah.
team everything that we know?
Yeah, because I mean,
I think
at
we
this
all
point,
need to work together.
Baker, it's all my information only leads to one person, and I'm either completely right or I'm completely wrong. So like that's it.
We
I'll
just have
talk
to
That's
about
all I can say.
Go
tell the
ahead.
truth.
And it's not like I get any more information.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm the balloonist, and the 4 names I got are all townsfolk, so that's really good. But I got Brian on day 1, I got Big Dog on day 2, I got Becky on day 3, and I closed it out with the Clockmaker Khaled on day 4. So really beneficial. What's interesting is Mitch wasn't included in them, even though he's the golem. So that means one of the 4 you are an outsider. I'm poisoned, or Mitch wasn't the golem. So, in conclusion, with all my theories, the only thing I have, and it could be completely wrong, and I sabotage the whole game, is I nominate Big Dog.
Or
Wait,
Can I
let
ask
me-
a quick,
Chris,
quick game question real quick?
Chris, Mitch, Big Dog. Chris,
Was that an
Mitch,
official
Big
nomination?
Dog.
I did say when I was back.
Wait,
nominate-
Clockmaker. Promise you.
Wait,
I'm the
That was
Clockmaker.
official.
Matt G has nominated Big Dog. What do you got,
Can I
Matt
ask a
G?
game-related question real quick, Pat?
Yeah, sure.
That I think we're hypothetically in a hypothetical world, Matt Gazzillo is balloonist like he claims, and you've given 3 names, and you as a storyteller were intending on using an outsider last, but there's no longer an outsider left in the game when you're supposed to give an outsider name.
You
to him
can
as a
give dead
storyteller.
characters.
Would you give? Oh, you would give a dead character?
You can
Theoretically?
get
No, Baker,
Okay.
I asked that question. I asked if there was no outsiders even in the game at all. Like hypothetically, I was +1, Godfather went negative, and it was just 0. He said he would stop after 3 names. I would not get a 4th name.
All right,
That's
so
what
my
he told me during
info,
this game.
Led is politician.
I'm a
Promise.
dreamer. First day, I was told Big Dog is either Tea Lady or Devil's Advocate. I was told the second night that Matchy is
Wait, hang on.
Balloonist.
Hang on. You're not nominated right now. Big
Oh,
Dog.
I thought we were still chatting.
No, Big Dog.
No,
What,
I nominated Big Dog.
Can I have the floor in my own damn script?
Wow.
So I'm Tea Lady. The only explanation I have for you is Brian is either 100% good or he's the leech, and I believe that Ethan is his host. It's either
Okay.
Ethan or Matt G that could potentially be hosts.
I
If
agree
you
with
want to
this.
kill me right now, I'm totally fine with it. Get me off the block now. We have an extra day to do this. We have 5. So just kill me now, but it's going to be interesting to see who's on the last day because I believe that Brian is Leech and Ethan or Matt G is the host.
I still believe this too.
If we
You change
For the
hosts
record,
daily.
I would vote for
No.
this if I wasn't dead. For the record.
if we
Three-
kill Big Dog
3
today,
votes required.
theoretically no one should die tomorrow.
Khaled, grab your seat in case you want to use
Oh,
your.
I would
ghost
like to
vote.
kill
Matt
Ethan
G,
and
what
then
does that
Matt
Matt G,
G.
grab your seat.
If
Brian,
Becky's
what is
truly
that?
the tea lady, because Big Dog's not, Baker just died.
3 votes required.
Then
Here we
she
go.
would save Matt G and I, and it would
What'd you say
pinpoint
you'd vote
Ethan.
for this?
Yeah, he would vote for this. He would
Oh,
vote for
I'm-
this.
I'm dead.
I would
Yeah,
vote
next.
for this if I was alive.
Ethan,
Yeah.
why aren't you voting?
3 votes is
'Cause
enough.
he's,
Big Dog
he's the
on
other
block.
possible
Nominations
bad player.
remain open.
I want to nominate
I-
myself.
Ethan nominates himself. Oh, Ethan nominate. Jesus, things falling apart. Nominates himself. Why?
Because I still think that this theory that I'm the host to the a leech, either Brian or otherwise, still holds water. I mean, I'm an artist. My ability's done. Whatever. Like, just get me out of this situation. If it's not the case, great. But it is a pretty crazy theory, and it would explain why more than normal people have been trying to talk with me and convince me of things this game than other games.
So Becky and Matt G, we should actually probably vote for this, because either way, I think we're protected killing either of these people.
3 votes would tie it. 4 votes would
If
move
Ethan's
it.
the poison, here, hold on. I was told.
Why would you
Listen,
not just kill Joe?
Here.
I think
Queen.
Becky's the tea lady because Baker just died
Go.
yesterday.
Right. So why
But
not just kill
so
Joe?
I just
Brian, don't tie
wait.
it. Okay.
So I'll explain why.
4
Actually,
votes is enough. Ethan is now on the block.
This is
Second call for nominations.
so I've asked about both of them, Chris, and with Ethan, I was told artist or poisoner, and with Big Dog, I was told tea lady or devil's advocate. But either way, Becky's good, and she'll be alive next round and protect Matt G and I. She's sitting next to both of us.
So-
There'll be
The
no
reason-
death today.
So unless Matt G was poisoned,
That's it.
then unless Big Dog was poisoned,
So,
Big Dog
my
could not
chil-
be Tea Lady.
My choice to kill Ethan is because if he's potentially the poisoner, he could poison Beck. Because I was told artist or poisoner, so I think we get rid of the poisoner to not be able to poison Becky, the tea lady.
Then why was Ethan? If he's a poisoner, why would he be so amped up to get himself killed? He literally
I don't
nominated
know. I'm
himself.
for it though. Yeah,
I'm so
because I think
fucking
Big Dog's
confused.
the Big Dog's the actual bad guy, but I think that killing Ethan's the better play. Because if it passes to Ethan,
Final call.
I can't nominate anyone,
That's
can I?
Chris, no one's gonna die tomorrow. And
You
then
already
we'll
know.
kill Big Dog
Doesn't
and we'll
make
win.
any sense.
So
Can anyone corroborate with Brian as if he's actually a dreamer? Or he's just been
No.
BSing us this whole time?
Yeah, has he actually gotten a correct
mean, yes,
roll?
that's the
Has he
point.
gotten a correct
So,
roll this entire time?
Yeah, I told Big Dog, which I hope he'd confirm, that Matt G was balloonist or leech. And at first I was kind of suspicious about him because he said he was artist, savant, or tea lady, but he's now come forward as balloonist. Becky, she
10
told
seconds.
me. Becky told me
No.
king, artist, or tea lady. I told her I was called king or imp. I
No,
lied,
Bolt.
and she said she was tea lady. I was actually told tea lady or imp. I was kind of hoping if she was evil, she'd just go, "Yeah, I'm the king."
5 seconds.
So why did we not kill Big Dog and instead
I
kill
think-
the person who nominated
Brian
themselves?
wants Big
'Cause
Dog
I think-
alive.
Doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
Ethan is executed.
he's the poisoner. We got to get rid of the poisoner. No one's gonna die today, Chris.
If Big Dog is the demon,
Does not die. Well, go to sleep.
What?
Big Dog Energy 3.0. Speaking of Big Dog, there he is. Ethan died in the night. There are 4 players alive. Let's put 5 minutes.
Okay, that's unexpected. So
That makes me think it's a low monster game because I don't know why
No,
an
we're
actual.
fucked. That's what it is. We are
Maggie, can you
fucked.
explain
No,
to me,
we-
if you got 4 names, one of those has to be an outsider, right? So which of those 4 people, none of which is claiming an outsider role, which
Yeah.
one of them is the outsider?
I don't actually know, but I would like of Joe to be killed, because if Joe got killed last round, then my theory of Mitch, Joe, Chris is obviously completely wrong.
Joe
And-
or
and
Chris
that's
could have
that.
been poisoned one night.
So then we can move on to the next topic, which would be Ethan doesn't make any sense as a host compared to myself or Becky, considering Becky's claiming Tea Lady and I'm the balloonist, and I'm typically one of those evil people that last to the end that you don't know or just are suspicious of. So like the host would go with that option than an artist option. But that's nor here nor there. Now I don't know. I don't have a theory anymore.
So, Matt G,
that's
My
that.
You could have
theory-
been-
Look,
Can I
Colette
ask-
is the politician, Becky is the tea lady, Brian is the demon or the minion, Big Dog is the other one. Because if you have 4 names, one of them has to be an outsider, and nobody's claiming outsider. So what
Chris,
could the
he
only
could have been
explanation
poisoned
be?
one
the
night.
Clockmaker, who is trying to screw up the game by claiming some other. I don't understand any other possible
Alright.
explanation for it.
Can I ask
Unless
you-
Yeah,
it's
but
lying.
Mitch,
Could he not have been
Mitch came
poisoned
out with
one
Gollum.
night?
All right, I'm not gonna say anything about the Clockmaker stuff. Nothing about that. But Ethan coming out as saying he was the artist, and his thing about saying that the demon being between Chris through
Big
Becky,
Dick, Brian, and Becky.
right? Like, how come we haven't been focusing, like, not taking that as potential as true info, and just been going at that? Why do we play that whole thing last round by nominating Ethan and stuff like that? And
Well,
not
because
just
we tried to kill
So-
kill Brian like twice.
right, but
So-
we should have got off the Joe there.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Big Dog's claiming Tea Lady. Chris died next to him, and Baker died next to him.
But
I guess,
Brian, you
I guess your
believe
fault
that
is saying
Becky-
I could
Then
be evil.
Ethan.
Yeah.
No,
Right,
what
you're
I'm saying
saying
is that you are
Becky.
making the same argument we made last night, and you still decided to kill somebody else. So I don't believe
Yeah.
anything you say because we had Big Dog
So,
dead.
I had
and
a
you
theory.
Moved it to someone else.
I'm down to kill Big Dog, 100%. But
The problem
The
is we
real-
only have 1 kill.
The problem is now
Yeah.
Big Dog is
Chris.
no longer the demon. Oh well, I guess
no,
it is a little
I think
monster.
he has to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, my question: if
okay.
there's an actual player as a demon, why would they kill Ethan when we were like talking in the chat all
'Cause they
night about
can't
like,
kill-
oh, should
They can't kill Becky or Matt G or I. I guess they could have killed Becky.
yeah, like Ethan, we might have used another nomination and kill on Ethan today. So why would the demon take him out of play?
Why is Becky still alive?
Very charming. I don't know. Just
Oh,
tell me
alright.
about
And then my other question,
Well,
Chris, who are you saying is the demon, or like who are the 2 that are
Me.
possibly the demon?
So if I'm believing Matt G's info, he got 4 names. He got Brian, Big Dog, Becky, and Khaled. So my theory is that Khaled's politician. Becky, if she actually is Tea Lady. Brian and Big Dog. I'm trying to figure out who else is next to. Yeah, 'cause
You
Becky's-
said your Clockmaker information was 2.
Yeah.
So like if it's Big Dog and Brian, they're right next to
Yeah,
each
then-
other.
then it doesn't. Yeah, then it doesn't check out.
So
One.
the reason I'm inclined to think Becky's actually Tea Lady is I survived next to her and not next to Big Dog, who's had 2 people die next to him. Right? I believe Matt G's balloonist because I was told balloonist or leech when he not even told anybody. I don't think he was a balloonist, and then he came forward about balloonist. So I think we killed Big Dog here, who clearly audibled it to Ethan as devil's advocate and win the game.
What?
Here's the other question. The math with 4, does it make sense to execute?
So that's what I was going to bring up. we're at the 4 number, which is obviously
Matt G, can I talk
the
to you?
Matt question. This is a large enough game that there are 3 evil, so there is a potential world where it's not just an automatic. You go to bed at 4. There's a world where 3 people are alive. Where I think we actually had that happen, because then I felt bad as a storyteller, because I feel like I always force everyone when there's 4 left. Like, can we just decide if we're going to bed? There are worlds where you want to vote with 4. Up for you guys to decide. And speaking up,
God.
VoteBot. So let's have that discussion. Do you guys want to have nominations today, or do we want to rush through the nomination phase and get to the final?
So I think we go to the night tonight, and I guarantee Becky dies.
I nominate Becky.
No, what?
Matt G nominates Becky. What do you got, Matt?
Nominated?
Matt G did.
I just want to talk it out more.
I can't see or hear him, just FYI.
Anyone
Really?
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I think you're.
Yeah.
Maybe you should rejoin.
If we go to night tonight, it's like a guarantee Becky's gonna die, right? She'll be the only one who can die if she's truly Tea Lady.
Is there any option where someone can poison this whole time, or like RB?
And then when Becky dies, we'll know it's Big Dog, right? Does that make sense to everybody?
Doesn't. This whole game doesn't.
If we,
Becky, can you
if we-
see Matt G now?
The only kill that can happen tonight is Becky, if she's truly Tea Lady.
Becky, can you see Matt G now? Okay, great. Matt G, why have you nominated Becky?
So I've nominated Becky because I still believe Chris, Mitch, and Joe are evil, and I can't get that out of my head. But if not, I think Becky's the better. I think Becky's the better host option than myself. So
Becky, your defense.
yeah.
Oh,
You're muted right now, Becky.
The tea lady, and I've been the tea lady from the beginning. I hard played it to several people pretty early. I don't really know what else to say.
2 votes required for an
Big
execution.
Dog's still maintaining he's Tea Lady.
And here
I'll vote
we
for
Yes.
her.
Yeah, he is.
Khaled,
We
Khaled, you
kill
lost
no
the
one
seating.
tonight, and Becky dies. That's how that happens. And then we know
Here
it's
we
Big
go.
Dog.
You guys only get 1 kill, right?
Yeah, we kill nobody today. Becky dies tomorrow, and it's obvious that it's you.
Yeah,
then
but
I guess
Or
if
nobody
nobody-
dies.
that's
and it's
probably
still
not going to
obvious.
happen, though, right?
Or nobody dies, and it's still obvious it's you.
No, we're about to
0
lose
votes
the
is
game.
not enough.
Oh, but if
No, Matt
If-
G will most likely die.
He can't die. If Becky's
Unless-
truly Tea Lady.
but if Becky
Did
is
somebody
the
nominate
host,
Big
then
Dog?
nobody would die.
I nominate Big Dog. If y'all want to
Brian
end it.
nominates Big Dog.
why
Why, Brian?
I think we all know it's Big Dog.
Are we voting?
Big Dog, your defense.
I mean, do you guys really want to take a chance at losing the game right now?
No, I do not. I do not. I do not.
All right, I
In
voted.
your theory, it's Big Dog, right? Matt G.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather take the numbers to the end game so we can see what happens. Like, let's just see if
No
what
one's gonna
Brian
die
just said
tonight.
happens. Like,
But
let's see if no one
there's
dies,
3
or let's see.
alive, if there's 2 alive, or if there's 3 alive evil, then we just lose if we go to the next night, right?
2 votes
Do
required.
we know what demon is in play? Is
Here,
that
we
verified or no?
Get
I
on
don't
with
think
it.
we try this. I don't think we try this. Are we doing this?
I'm
You
doing
guys are
it.
trying to.
I already voted.
Chris is
You
bad.
haven't yet. You haven't voted yet.
Put your hand
Second-
down if you're
second,
good.
still
Chris
haven't.
is bad.
I am
Okay.
100% Clockmaker.
3 votes is enough. Big Dog is on the block.
Chris,
Nomination
you had a whole-
remain
All
open.
right, if we're going for it today, then I have to nominate Matt
Yeah.
G.
Chris, if you're
Big
Clockmaker,
Dog,
you had a
nominate
whole
Matt
theory
G.
that didn't fit with your Clockmaker info.
So the only
No, I don't have
possible
an explanation for that.
theory I have left is that Brian is Leech and Matt G is the host. I know it's not me, so if we're trying to end the game now, we're going to lose by doing this. So I think we should kill Matt G
I
instead.
almost think it's smart to attempt to kill Matt G here and him not die, and then we know that Becky's Tea Lady again.
Matt G, your defense.
I think
Does that make sense, Chris?
I think Becky is the more
You were all
likely
over the place, Brian.
post target.
That makes tons of sense.
I can't follow this game.
If we all
Clockmaker
vote
theories,
Matchy
all
and
this
he
shit,
doesn't
this is
die.
just
We voted.
stupid.
Worst case scenario, just tie it, Brian.
No, we're
Three-
not tying it. That's what
Three
you
votes would tie it. 4 would move it to Matt G. Here we go.
Big dog dead. That's GAME.
One vote is not
Surprised-
enough. I believe the only legal nomination now is Becky
Me and
to Brian, right? Becky, do you want to nominate Brian?
I don't know.
I'm surprised the evil didn't just save you right there, big dog, and tie it.
I'll nominate Brian. I don't
Becky
know.
nominates Brian.
I don't
They
know.
have a
I don't
second
know.
chance. They have a second chance to save you, big or big dog.
I don't know who to. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean,
Already
Brian's
All right.
not it. He's the leech or he's good. So
Brian, your defense.
Brian,
There's no reason to
sorry,
kill
Becky,
me right
you have
now.
more to add? Then I don't know. Hang on a sec. Sorry, Becky, were you?
I don't really nominate Brian. I just did it because I felt the pressure.
Awesome.
Well, we got to run it.
Oh, okay.
It could be a bluff. It could be a bluff.
Brian,
Um,
what was your what's your
The
defense?
only reasons that I'd be alive is if I'm the leech or if I'm good, like Joe's saying. So killing me does literally nothing. I think we stick with killing Joe.
All right. 3 votes would tie. 4 votes would move it to Joe. Here we go.
I think it is Matt G. Because I don't. Matt G has not tried hard enough to figure out who the outsider is in the 4 names that he was given.
Matt G.
Unless he was poisoned one night, like Brian said, which I guess is possible.
Okay, there are no more legal nominations.
The only person to come out as an outsider was Mitch.
Is
as Gollum.
executed and dies. And we all go to sleep.
No, it's game over.
Hi, Becky. Who would you like to kill tonight?
What?
Wow. Wow.
All right, is it Matt G or Brian?
Matt G and Brian were both really instrumental in keeping me alive. So
Well, you got
Wait,
to
did
pick
Joe
one.
Devil's Advocate me? Is that what kept me alive?
I'm gonna go with Brian.
Brian, you died. and
way.
tomorrow we wake up and Becky is the only one alive with Matt G, and the game is over for evil. Wow.
Dude, we
what a-
came up with the plot after you had already picked me? No way.
Okay. So, all right.
I'm
Chris
waving.
Chris was your clockmaker. He got a 2.
Weird.
What
got
an
a 2
important role,
because-
Chris.
Because Big Dog, the devil's advocate, was 2 spaces away from Becky, the imp. On the first night, what happened? Brian dreamt about Big Dog right off the bat and got that he was either the devil's advocate, which he was. I didn't have a lot of information to work off of there. I went with T-Lady because I knew it was one of the bluffs, and I knew he was like devil's advocate, so it kind of like whatever went together. And then I later found out that Becky was hard bluffing or hard claiming T-Lady. So I did show T-Lady as Becky and Big Dog both to the Dreamer over the course of the game, which was whatever. It worked out.
It's okay.
Brian was your Dreamer. He dreamt all over the place, got good information the whole time. There was no source of poison in this game, actually. Matthew was the balloonist. He saw Brian, the Dreamer, as his traveler. Then he saw Big Dog, the minion, on his second one. Then he saw Becky, the demon, on his third one. And then he saw Khaled, the dead politician outsider, as his fourth one. Ethan got good information with his artist question, which was, is it within one of these 4
Gollum
people?
my ass, Mitch.
It was.
Wasn't the most dashy either, Matt G.
I know.
But it was
I
the
get
politician whose ability continues through death, so he played it close to the chest the whole time.
Wait, who's politician?
Khaled. Mitch was the assassin who just, I mean, when Colin died, he died. He was simultaneously shot in the head by an assassin while sleeping, while an imp, consumed him, or whatever the hell imp does. So Colin was double dead. Baker was the cannibal. He only ate the clockmaker Chris and got a reading of 2, which was good information. Colin the Flower Girl got 1 night of information, which was I think every nomination in the game that was possible was made. So it was not the most useful Flower Girl information.
Wait, Baker got
And-
info based on me and didn't corroborate the fact that I was actually the Clockmaker? Is that what I just heard?
I did. I
He
told
did to
everybody.
me.
I just didn't do
He
it
told me.
publicly. I kept it to only the people that.
He really
were-
thought you were good, and I was like, "There's no way." 'cause
Yeah. Baker, you
Okay,
didn't
I-
tell
I
me.
was
Why
so-
didn't you pull me aside and tell me that then?
Didn't matter.
Big Dog's Devil's Advocate was pretty good.
Can I
You
just say
were-
that I think that's
you were
flipped for the
three and a
game.
half.
Did he devil's advocate me, and
Okay,
the
no.
next day?
Anytime an execution didn't go through, it was because of the Devil's Advocate. That was the only source of preventing
So
execution. It wasn't an actual
the
T lady.
next day, I hard claimed him my role, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'm T Lady. We should try to kill you, and if you don't die, you can believe me." It just happened to happen, dude. I'm done.
Well, because he
planned
chose
that
you as
too.
the Devil's Advocate. Yeah.
How did you plan me hard claiming the next day to you and agreeing to go through with the?
I did ask
Oh,
Pat.
well.
I literally planned it. I was like, I'm gonna pick
You
Brian,
knew I
and then
dreamt about you.
you told me the night before. We talked about this on like day 2, and then I was planning to not
thought it
like
was
get the
the same
town
day. I thought it
nominate
was the same
you
day.
and protect you, and then be like, look, I'm the Tea Lady. I just
That's
didn't know that. I never talked to Becky because I didn't know that she was hard claiming Tea Lady.
It
I
worked
didn't know that Tea
perfectly
Lady
for you.
was a bluff. I had no clue.
I sat right in
You
between
really
both of you, and it ruined the game for me.
I
mean,
think
we should have
Becky's,
known
like,
the moment
Becky's
Big
win
Dog
rate as
didn't
Demon,
know
by
what
the
Tea
way,
Lady
is under like
I
it's
agree.
not
Thank you, Baker.
it's
Yeah.
not
Valid point.
hailed
You
enough.
had him up for a
What did
nomination.
Baker say? What did Baker say?
I mean, the moment Big Dog didn't know it was his 2 alive neighbors, that we should have just honed in on that. I mean, every single
But
piece
we
of data
did.
we
And then
had pointed at Big Dog.
Brian had us audible it to Ethan, and then
Ethan audibled it to himself.
If
Ethan
Maggie had
audible to
4 names,
Ethan.
Baker, you could have backed up the fact that Khaled was the outsider. I don't understand why the game was over and you still didn't come out with that information. Like,
Well, we
how
never-
does that
we
make
wouldn't have
sense?
known it.
Every single person other than you knew it, which was fine. That's all that needs to happen. You knew it, Chris, already because you were the right
Chris.
token. I told basically everybody else.
Also, if
Didn't
we
tell
killed
me.
Big Dog, the game wasn't over, and
What
I
does
would have
me
hard.
pulling
No,
you aside
I
do
know,
anything?
but we
Doesn't do
still
anything.
had it on Big Dog when like everyone felt.
We would have never
confused.
guessed Becky. I would have been saying
Yes,
she
we
was
would
Tea
have. We
Lady.
would have. No, I would have believed it was Becky as the host. I just would have believed that you were the leech and Becky was the host. Exactly why.
Well, either
like, the
way,
whole
it's still
time.
that would have lost us the game too, because I wasn't the leech.
No,
No,
but
we would've never-
I don't think we
ever would've got
which
Becky.
nominated
would've won the
Becky.
game.
Why would we have killed Becky?
Because we would claim that she was the person. It would be me, you, and Becky in the finals. We would know you were the leech, and we would say it's between me and Becky. Becky's Tea Lady. Tea Lady's the person we want to keep alive the longest, so it's Becky. That's what we would have. That's what I would have
Because
pronounced. to
otherwise,
everyone.
it doesn't make any sense for Becky as T Lady to still.
I
be
think
alive
Baker
at the
said,
end of the
"How
game.
is Tea Lady still alive?"
That's it.
There
Somebody
was
said-
like a
Khaled
yeah.
said that.
Someone
Yeah.
said something like that, and then there was like a full 2-second like silence right after it. Someone was like, "How's Becky still alive?" And there was like,
I said that. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Wait, did Khaled win as the politician?
No, I
I
didn't.
don't
It's only
think so.
10 o'clock. How are you going to
Yeah.
bed?
Brian,
Uh,
Brian,
time
that's early.
change.
What are you talking about?
this is time change.
It's a time change.
New Apex.
Did we just lose?
2 minutes later.
I think I'm one and done too.
Bitch.
He's gone.
Wow.
Someone else can run if you have enough.
I'm going to be tilted for the next week.
That game was intense.
I like that. I
Amusing.
like that game.
I
You have a
love
hot
when,
game?
I love when Matt G like when you get frustrated with the game. I don't know. It's
But Maggie, did you know that I was Clockmaker
No.
and that? Okay,
I
I
wasn't
100% told you.
Considering what Baker said, I don't know.
I
how
know,
it's
but Chris,
But
like,
I also gave
when-
the real stipulation of Chris. Big Dog could be the Tea Lady, and he could have been poisoned, and that's why Chris was allowed to die. Or Chris could just be fucking lying. So
Yeah, I don't
didn't
think I
know-
gave-
Yes, I got
Wait,
your
no,
information,
Does-
but
you-
Pat
but
also
you-
could have. Hold on, Pat also could have known your bluff and told me your bluff. So I have to operate under the assumption that you could be evil, and Pat gave me.
that's 100% what I would do. By the way,
That's
if
what
you-
he. I even asked him
I
that
forgot
question
about that
specifically.
part. Yeah, I forgot about that part. All right, fair enough.
I still can't get over the fact that we had Joe cornered, and we knew Joe was evil, and then Ethan, for whatever reason, was like, "No, kill me, the good guy. Like, let's just
How-
kill
it's
me
like,
now."
I
It's like,
know
why are we
I'm
killing
I
you?
know I'm the host. Like,
It's like, no,
how does
wrong.
that happen? Like, why would anyone know they're the host? It didn't make any sense.
We had too many pieces of data pointing at Big Dog for us not to all operate. I mean, even Ethan, who was the poisoner or the assassin, gave us information that pointed at Big Dog.
Oh no, Mitch was the assassin.
Mitch was
Yeah,
the
Ethan was
assassin.
good. He just totally.
Ethan was the then yeah, we had all of that
I know,
all of that
I know.
information,
I
including Big
knew
Dog's
I
blunder.
knew Mitch was evil. I knew Mitch was evil when Mitch said he was Gollum, and he wasn't never mentioned in my 4 names. So I was under the assumption it was Chris, Joe, Mitch, because Chris, whenever I got done talking to Chris, he would immediately go to Mitch, and I just hard claimed balloonist to Chris. So like I was like, this has to be something. So like Chris, I just thought that you were.
But then you never got an outsider in your names, period, except for.
You're right, and I couldn't figure
the
that out.
politician.
I couldn't wrap my head around it because I was dealing with 2 clockmakers, 2 tea ladies, and people wanting to nominate themselves when they're good. Like I couldn't wrap my head around the game at all. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Would we have found? Yeah, we would have found Becky if we had killed Big Dog.
I was under the assumption that Becky
that's-
was
that
the
was the
host.
frustrating-
These
we had
imbeciles
Big
actually win
Dog.
blood on the
These
clock.
guys actually win games.
Had
Becky,
Big
nicely
Dog,
done.
And Brian was like, "But we should kill the poisoner first." It's like, I don't.
Matt G, would you have, if there was an atheist in this game, would you have nominated me? I feel like probably
No, I don't know. I was just, the Clockmaker thing. It was just the weirdest thing to me because literally, how the fuck did the 2 of them both say Clockmaker if they never spoke to each other and they're both dead? And they both tell me Clockmaker. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, what is
If
this game?
there's a little monster,
Yeah.
then it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's a little monster, you don't have gloves.
And then I also thought I read into it when, or actually no, Joe kind of gave it away, which I told Baker when I nominated Mitch and Mitch voted for himself. Joe was the first person to go, Mitch, you're voting for yourself, like as if like, dude, what are you doing? Which I thought was like Joe is evil. And no, we still went with the Ethan kill, and I was like, this game, like I hated it.
Yeah.
I know. I felt like I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I know that like balancing these scripts is like a really hard thing. It feels like evil. I feel like I was in the dark the whole game. Maybe that's just this specific instance of the game. I don't know.
I think every demon other than the imp was mentioned and thought to be like there's a pretty.
No, I think
Yeah.
Evil did a really good job.
Yeah.
They still did a really good job. It was just not really fun.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you guys had like a lot of information, like, and it was perfect information. None of it was poisoned.
Yeah, that's true. It just.
Well, you guys did the devil's advocate Tea Lady bluff really well. I mean, you were both claiming Tea Lady, but in a way that kind of helped because then you just throw yourself under the bus, and because I mean, you got yourself nominated with only 4 people alive, which is what of course you want to have happen. So like that.
I mean,
that's good.
It was also just like the way the game was going. Like Brian would say he's going to come out, which is like, yes, this is what I need. Like, let me get some information. And Brian the next day just said something sus. Was like, oh no, I'm waiting until I'm dead. I'm like, all right, well, like I'm not going to get any information ever. Like Brian, you're the number 1 suspect. It's you or Joe, and like neither of you are helping. And then I was completely confused.
I know. I thought for sure Brian was evil up until the last minute.
It would have panned out for us if we got Joe killed, because I would have believed Brian was the leech and Becky was the host, and we would have lucked into it. Or Brian would have sabotaged and voted me, and then we would have lost.
It shows you how powerful the bluff with the devil's advocate and all that, because like Balloonist got full information. We did Dreamer live the entire game, getting good info the entire game. Like that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
An artist question that was sober.
So that's the thing too, is Brian believed Baker and he knew he was good, and yet Baker still died, and he still switched to Ethan. Like Ethan may or may not be evil. We know for sure you know for sure Big Dog is evil. Why are you swapping to Brian or to
swatching?
I'm fucking out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love.
Big Dog's the only person I told I was cannibal to, and then I died that night, and I should have woke up and just said that, and I didn't. I actually totally forgot about it after that.
I actually never had any communication with Becky, so that was just blind luck. I was trying to tell her if I did, I would have told her to execute you, and then Matt G, because I was like, if anyone's going to solve this game, it's going to be Matt G, because he has perfect information, and like once they corroborate with Khaled that he's the outsider, then it's going to be like between Becky and I.
Damn it.
It's pretty wild that the Dreamer lived the whole game, the Balloonist lived the whole game, nobody was poisoned, and we still like everyone felt so in the dark. Like that's pretty wild.
Yeah, I think Khaled deserves more credit. The Clockmaker really threw us off for a while.
Maybe I should have given him the W. I don't know.
Oh, I absolutely think you should have given him the W, 100%. I mean, I think he was a
Just by
huge.
staying quiet
I
the
think
whole
he was
time?
a really instrumental. Because otherwise, if everyone like takes me at my word, then people would have put more effort into like, okay, like 2 spots away and trying to use that as like a data point. But because otherwise,
Chris
if
did-
you're saying one,
I would have
that means we
trusted
had to throw
Chris.
that information out entirely.
It would have made Brian good, which means that my information meant that Big Dog, Becky, or Khaled, 2 out of 3 are evil. That's what it would have meant. And then
Yeah,
if
I
they're
think you
2 people
should,
away from each other.
I think you should
Retroactive.
So
do
stupid.
do a revision.
I think you should send out an
different-
email and tell everybody
Possibly-
Khaled gets
possibly
toasted.
forward.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. That might also just be because I'm like, I was directly affected by it, so I'm salty. But I think you should give him the win.
I want to keep a high bar for the politician. It's got to be like at the end, you're like, all right, I'll vote for this, and then you don't, or the other way around, or
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
don't
that's
know.
like more boring than like what Khaled did. Like Khaled showed like some serious chaos. Like even though it was at the beginning, he
right.
showed some like serious chaos. Because like look at the end, right? Matt G like it totally threw off all the information that Matt G thought he had about his balloonist. I don't know.
You could also
The
come
fact
out
that
and then
the
be
fact
like,
that the
hey,
2
I'll
people
vote with you. Just let me know.
I just couldn't believe it. I talked to 2 people that are dead, and they both claim Clockmaker without interacting with each other or anything. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And from there on, like all my information was circulating back to that. Like I just knew the next names I was getting was going to be Becky and Khaled. Like, and literally Pat comes and goes,
Every time I visited you, I give you the name, and you go, oh,
So stressful.
fuck.
Yeah, that was probably like the only wrench you had, Matchy, because you got perfect information. I was so worried that you were going to figure the game out towards the end.
It's kind of Brian, because Brian never tells you anything honestly, and like he's always suspect that like it's like, God damn it, Brian. Like,
Dude, I
be
love
honest with
having
me.
Brian underneath my thumb. It's so great.
It's just like he can rattle off 90 different theories in under like 1 minute
did.
and be
He
convinced
literally
that
did.
all of them are true.
Yeah.
We had Joe pegged like it was done, and then Ethan is just on this thing, and then all of a sudden Brian flips to let's kill Joe to let's just get rid of Ethan, the good guy. He's the good guy. It's like, what? No. What? No.
I know. That was wild.
At that point, though, I jumped on the Ethan bandwagon because I was cannibal, and Ethan had already burned his artist vote or artist ability, so I wanted to leverage a second artist question to see if I could figure it out. So
That's
I actually
reasonable.
voted for Ethan, thinking that Big Dog was the better play, but I did swing my vote to Ethan for that purpose.
Wait, did you get to use that ability?
No, I
You
died.
that night? You died that
I
night?
died.
Yeah, that sucks.
Also, no, he had died the day before.
Oh, I died the day. Yeah. But we had
'Cause
talked about
the ability
yeah.
you were going to get was
the
Mitch's
golem.
golem, which was not real.
Oh, I was actually trying to figure out how to use that too. Glad that didn't
Wait,
happen.
if that's the
I
case, then
would've.
wouldn't Pat have visited you in the night and then you could have just killed somebody?
For the golem?
No, because if Mitch. Oh no! I keep
He
forgetting.
doesn't actually
if they're
get us
evil,
that.
you don't get that.
Yeah.
The other thing too that like Mitch was like, okay, I'm dying, and like the day was about to end, and I was like, I don't understand why Mitch, if he's claiming Gollum, I don't understand why Mitch is not nominating, and he's like, oh, I guess I'll use my ability. It's like, oh, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
That's who you're. I couldn't figure out who you were. I thought you had
Or-
heard. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
It's like if a Slayer is about to be executed. Like,
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it? Right, do it.
Yeah.
Although Gollum is not as as 100% helpful as a Slayer shot, obviously.
Yeah.
Although when he picked Brian, I was like, that's literally the last person I want you to pick, because either he can't die because there's a tea lady, or he can't die because there's a leech. But it's funny because neither of those things were actually true.
Right.
It just so actually, that was the other part that threw me off too, is that him not dying, because I believe Mitch. So yeah, it's just everything lined up really well for evil.
The tea lady bluffs were really strong. They looked.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you had
was-
like
it was
you had
well
like 3 instances of it,
I was-
and then the Ethan one was insane because then it was like, oh no, wait, it's just a devil's advocate, or it's a
I
lead.
was 100% certain Becky was the tea lady.
Yeah.
So when you said Becky's name, I was like, this makes no sense. Becky's definitely good. Like I immediately went to Becky and I was like, I know you're the tea lady. You're fine. Like we're good, Becky. And then like
Becky, I swear she wins every time she's demon. But you've only bet. You're muted, by the way. But you've only bet demon a couple times, right?
Twice, but the first time I won it was the infamous drunk Slayer that saved me with Brian.
That was
that was my fault.
That was just.
Are you side texting Brian? Like, Brian,
That was
I'm the
just
demon.
like-
Do what you do
Yeah.
best. Token us.
It was. That was dumb luck.
Brian's the politician.
Brian's always a double role. He's always whatever his role is, and then also the
And then
politician.
the politician. Yeah.
Brian was
I'm just letting you
under
guys
the
know.
evil team's thumb the whole game.
Yeah.
If I'm ever Leech, I'm picking Ethan as my host.
Yeah. Wait, why
Protect him
Ethan?
with my
I feel
life.
like I kill Ethan every game.
Oh, I'll just reiterate that. Like we thought it was him last time, guys. There's no way it's him. Yada 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 or something. But God, that one was terrible.
Maybe does there need to be
All right.
more? Well, I was gonna say more explanations for people not dying, but clearly there was enough that. Yeah.
Well, that was what. So when he pulled me to the side, he showed me the changes, and I was like, "Well, if you put Leech back in, you have to have another explanation for people not dying." So because he was trying to figure out the last minion, and then he put in Devil's Advocate and switched Amnesiac for Tea Lady. I'm glad we had that discussion because it happened.
Played a role. Yeah.
And out. Fucking hell.
Although you are getting into on the block territory, I've noticed there, because that's the whole thing with mine is the whole executing and not dying and not like so. Back off is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Chris, I probably could have been a little bit more vocal, but I just felt like I was afraid that Pat had known your bluff, lied to me, and I was gonna sabotage the game.
Yeah, no, I
using a
totally
piece of
forgot that was a
information,
thing.
but-
I mean, because that's So him telling you that doesn't really change anything, and I forgot.
I mean,
I forgot about that whole.
You were in a tough spot. Yeah, you basically got some info, were killed, then were in a double claim with someone somehow, and then everyone just thought you were evil the whole game. Like that's tough.
Sucks
I'm
too,
telling you,
because,
he
like,
needs
usually
more-
As like a day one gap info person, it's like you come out with your info really early, everyone believes you, you die, and that kind of sucks. But like this time it double sucked because not only did I die day one, nobody believed me all game. So I just like was a pariah that also lost their ability to live the first day. So I was like, okay.
That's why whether it's luck or not,
actually
Colette
believe
deserves
that
the
you were
W.
good, Chris, when someone outed your info. Like I saw in your face you were genuinely frustrated that your info was outed, and I was like, okay, and Colette didn't react at all. And like you were like
this
genuinely
close
frustrated.
to telling everybody who Matchy was in his info just out of spite. I was really annoyed.
Chris, what's funny is
I just gotten done talking to Mitch and was like, do you have anyone you want to tell me? And he's like, no, not really. Like, and I was like, okay, well, I'll tell you my info when you tell me yours, but until then, I'm holding on to it. And then Matchy's like, here it is. I was like, fuck.
Well, unfortunately, you
what's
didn't
so
rely on
funny
Mitch's
is-
info because
Chris, I hard claimed Balloonist to you immediately, and you said Clockmaker, and I thought, like, great, this is good information, we're all good. And then I went to Khaled, and Khaled goes, I'm the Clockmaker, and I was like, what the fuck did I just tell Chris? Like, Chris is evil, like, what just happened? And I didn't know what to do, so then I lied to Khaled originally, and I said I'm artist. So Khaled didn't know what I was doing the whole time until later in the game, and then I came out to him, like, 3 days later or something, and that's why he kept pitching Chris, Mitch, Joe. That's why he kept trying to pitch that. So that's what I was behind the whole time. And yeah, I only had one theory the whole game, and that's what I was trying to get out of the way. And then after that was done, I was ready to just sit back and listen to
Oh,
everyone
because
else.
Joe and
but
I
we
were
couldn't.
one away from each other. Yeah.
But man,
So wait,
good job,
we
guys.
had nobody. Oh, Ethan was artist, right? And so okay, so Baker was visiting Pat just to blow smoke.
Actually, a lot of my
Well,
visits
and
to
had
Pat
some
were
cannibal questions.
I
Yeah.
had some like true game questions on how cannibal might work, depending on who died.
Which, by the
I
way,
had
probably
a
something we want
question
to.
about outsiders.
Yeah, we probably do want to, because I think there are some weird cannibal interactions. Joe, like the artist, the hypothetical that came up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do if the cannibal thinks of the artist and comes and asks a question. I wonder if that's somewhere. Cannibal's experimental character, right? It's not in any of the main.
Yeah.
Were any of y'all watching my stream? There's someone in my stream named Mindal23, and they said that Brian hard carried evil, but I don't know who that is.
No way.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Fucking way.
Could you
No,
post that
not.
to the group?
I'm
It's not me.
screenshotting that right now.
All right, I'm going
Please
to bed.
send that to the group. That's fucking hilarious.
Are you still in there?
It says 1 viewers, but I never know whether or not that's just me.
Is it just me?
This guy's our biggest fan.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. Maybe it's Mitch. I don't know. I don't have nobody.
Maybe
Oh,
Mitch is a
somebody
troll. I
says
could
you're
definitely see
welcome,
that.
So I think somebody is watching. I don't know who they are, but
We got
yeah.
one.
Thanks for watching the
Got
stream.
one.
All right,
Hell yeah.
nice.
Fuck.
I want to find out about this fucking. I want
Hey,
cannibal
Becky. Good
clarification.
game.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, guys. Good game.